Hi Aquarius, this is your March 2023 reading using the tarot. Well, this is the post-Saturn in Aquarius era. Saturn finally left your sign on the 7th of March. So let's see, the beginning of the month, what a beautiful energy coming through. The Ace of Cups, one of my favorite cards, or at least one of my favorite versions of this card in this deck. It is angelic, it's divine, it's just so enlightened and full of love. So that could be you, Aquarius. You began the month of March just in a state of bliss, peace, joy, abundance, gratitude. Well, you have been through it. I mean, Saturn, planet of tests and karma and endurance, has transited through your sign. And whether you're an Aquarius sun, a rising, a moon, or whatever other Aquarius placements you have, maybe you're like me with a Saturn in Aquarius, meaning you have just come over and passed through your Saturn return. No matter what those placements in Aquarius have been, or are, and will always be, Saturn's transit is what was the impermanent thing. But over the last 2.5 years to 3 years, Saturn has been polishing up its babies, its Aquarian babies, and really just treating them like coal into diamonds. And now you are that diamond, Aquarius, but it was pressure to get to this stage. Now, you're not the same person as you were when you were a child or in high school or secondary school, or even in your 20s if you're older, or even in your 30s if you're older, or your 40s and so on. As we get older, we become more refined, we become more like ourselves, and sometimes we wouldn't even recognize that person we used to be, or even be able to relate to them, or be able to have a conversation with them. Yet they are us, one and the same, and they're still walking side by side with us in this journey of life. But the point is, you have changed fundamentally over the past 2.5 to 3 years, which is good. This is all about growth, and the Death card coming through this month is telling me that there is a transformation that is still in store for you. We're going to pull more cards and get into it, but I very much have this Four of Swords, which doesn't usually have a snake on it. For me, this person has fallen asleep and now they're dreaming of a snake. I don't like that. I actually would find that so displeasing that I would wake myself up if I was dreaming of a snake. But maybe you like them, but this is to me something that scares you. It's like subconscious even. Do you even know what this fear is? There's something about the month of March where maybe your dreams do have a lot of hidden symbols and meanings to them. Keep a dream journal, like this person has been journaling something. But for me, the snake imagery here is the shedding of a skin. You are a new and refined version of yourself. This is the post-Saturn in Aquarius era, and it has only just begun for you. New connections have come forward in the last 2.5 to 3 years. New friendships, recently even, brand new connections are beginning to come into your life. I've heard before that the people that we meet before our Saturn return, before the age of 28, 29, 30, they're people, if you will, that we have known in another lifetime. They are people that are soulmates or soul contracts. Soul tribe can be biological family. Quite typically, we are reincarnated with people that we've met before in different body suits. And they're the people you met in other lifetimes, the people you meet during your Saturn return while Saturn was in Aquarius since early 2020. Well, those people are the people that were here to test you, to kind of be the pressure cooker for you. And now the people that you meet after your Saturn return, well, they're just for you. They are your choosing. They are the post-Saturn in Aquarius version of yourself. They're your candidates that you have selected to buddy up with, to work with, to love, to be friends with. The Ace of Cups is about connections that are coming into your life and will continue to, because now you get to decide. And you know, Saturn is around karma, so there is a certain amount of fated energy when we talk about Saturn as a concept, and some people are uncomfortable with that, but it's the nature of the beast. And there is a time for you now in your life to say, well, I'm calling the shots and I'm making the decisions and I choose who I want to choose. The Four of Swords is the shedding of a skin that is underway right now, today, tomorrow, whenever you catch this reading. The Four of Swords is you saying like, wow, that was wild. And I'm seeing you journaling, I'm seeing you meditating, taking stock, kind of writing things down, even writing, and you're basically considering like how much you have transformed. And there is still another quite a huge transformation in store towards the end of the month. But the Death card is the rebirth process. This older person, I think they're older at least, they're shrouded in a black veil and they're hunched over as if they have had some time spent in this meat suit already in the physical body and they're tired of something. There's a rebirth coming for that person, which I think it's the rose, of course, you know? So it's something about shedding a skin and being reborn still this month. But let's get into the deepest meanings of these particular cards for you. I want to know about the Ace of Cups, the connections, the past connections, the current, the future connections still to come. This is exciting. It's just all these blessings that are still here for you in the form of love and happiness and togetherness. The Knight of Coins, you could be dealing with a Virgo, or the Two of Swords. I'm getting Libra energy too, actually, from this reading, Virgo and Libra. Not necessarily, of course, doesn't have to be, but that's what I've got right now. So the Knight of Coins, you're having people come into your life recently, even at the beginning of the month, new work contracts, new people on your team, new people starting at the same company or at the same job as you. Interns, maybe students, maybe you're in school, you're in college, and new people in your class, or people are coming in to study with you, new people on the field of research with you. But there's people that are joining you on this journey now. The Knight of Coins speaks to the progress, the journey, not the destination. So you maybe are finding very recently, I'm talking about the beginning of the month of March, or even just that tail end wrapping up of Saturn moving through your sign in Aquarius, and new people have come up, right? You're meeting new faces, hearing new names, and it seems like they're going to be with you for a while. They're going to be walking alongside you, or sharing the load, or progressing with you. Maybe you are all put in at the same level and you're going to progress together with certain people or a certain somebody. It seems like you have your guard up to a certain extent, and I actually kind of think it's safe to drop that. And it seems to me that you feel torn about letting somebody in, or seeing this person as being valuable to you, or somebody that can teach you something, or somebody you're quick to dismiss a certain somebody recently. Aquarius, maybe it's just that Saturn in Aquarius era that's been passed, and you're just like, I'm mature, I know it all, and you know, I don't need to listen to anybody else. That would be, I think, only limiting you, because these people have a heart opening quality and even can help you progress. But the Two of Swords tells me that you're like too cool for school, like I don't care about what they have to offer, and you kind of maybe think you're above it slightly. So don't discount the people coming into your life recently. They seem to have a lot to share and they could actually really make you happy. But I'm really focused on like learning about this Four of Swords Death card, rebirth, shedding of a skin. So maybe you are now able to take a little bit of time off, or time to yourself, quiet time to journal, to read, to write, to reflect, to consider where you've grown, and of course what or who you have outgrown at this point. the snake shedding its skin. It's too big for it. But do I hear too big for your britches, too cool for school? I do a little bit, Aquarius, I've got to say. Let's see, the Four of Swords. Maybe from around the 8th of March onwards, you get to take a little bit of time off or time out, or just even a couple of hours one afternoon unexpectedly. It's all just for you, and you have so much peace and quiet. The Ace of Swords, that's a massive breakthrough coming, and the Three of Cups. Maybe your version of peace and quiet is actually in a really noisy dance studio or in a really noisy street in a city, and a club or something, that could be where your version of peace and quiet is. I can kind of see you in a dance studio, a yoga studio with like loud music. It's very vibrant. There's a lot of people there. There's a lot of people that are kind of like hedonistic, or they're just expressing themselves. It's art, and there's art in motion. It's moving your body. It's artistic. And I kind of sense that like you're just at a big party with a lot of people. It's a little avant-garde, would I say, or hedonistic perhaps. I see this as being like the Roaring 20s, and we're in the Roaring 20s just a century later at this point, but that's the vibe I'm getting, like all dressed up. There's something, what would be the word, prohibited about this, or there's something a little risque maybe. So that could be how you relax, right? Of course, there's going to be others that are like, are you kidding me? Like, give me a good book, give me a quiet patch of grass or a quiet room somewhere, and I don't even want to have the radio or the TV on. I just want to be in silence. So whatever it is, there's something that you are growing or outgrowing. Me, for example, I have just finished my Saturn return. I have Saturn in the 5th house of partying, of hedonism, of creative self-expression and sex and all of those things, and art and creativity. And Saturn there can be a bit of a bummer, and I have realized through my Saturn return, my maturing in that area of life, that party girl no more. Those shoes, or should I say this palm tree headpiece, is actually getting hung up for me. Not always, not forever, but for the most part. That's what I have truly outgrown, and that's where my shedding of an old way has come up in my life recently. If I was to relate this to this reading, I can just see that maybe you have outgrown a way of life. You've outgrown a way of expressing yourself. It doesn't fit anymore. It doesn't fit you. And a new sort of a brainwave is coming over you. The Ace of Swords is up to date. It's the latest. It's the latest take, the latest hot take, the latest, freshest, most inspired insight. It's just like, how did you not think of it before? That's how it feels. It's like, whoa, like mind-blowing, like your mind being opened, cracked open. Like this sword is just so sharp, and it's sleek, and it's edgy. And I just think that could be where that avant-garde expression is coming through. It's maybe more radical, maybe more progressive, or maybe even more shockingly, it's traditional, conservative. Whatever it is, it's a new you, a new expression for you, a new way of doing something. And it's bang on the money, not for everybody, but for this new version of yourself. And new version of yourself, that makes me think that I don't want to give the impression, rather, that there was something wrong with the old version. I'm just kind of here to say that the old version is still you, the new version is still you. You're always going to be you, but now there's like a cutting edge to you. And you're maybe realizing that this life is so cutting edge, and you're having one of the most cutting edge experiences in the entire universe. So why not have a good time, or why not take it easy? The choice is yours. Post-Saturn in Aquarius era, the choice is yours, right? You've already done the karmic heavy lifting over the last 2.5 to 3 years. So that's nice. Okay, I see fun, and I see even if that's not party, even if that's not like dressing up and going out, whatever fun means to you, whatever you've grown into for lightness, playfulness, inner child work, and letting loose, that's what you're enjoying right now. So the present moment is very fun. I love to see it. Fun people around, good people around, and lightheartedness, people that can help you progress. Even if you're on the fence about some of these people, take some time, sleep on it. Don't rule anything out right away. The only major arcana card of the reading still to be cleared up and still yet to come. It's your up and coming energy. Maybe this is going to be after the new moon or around the new moon in Aries or around the vernal equinox, the beginning of spring on the northern hemisphere, and that's around the 21st of March. Don't get too hung up on dates. I like to keep the energy on these readings very fluid, where you can watch this at any time and just see the death card as what's still to come up for you or what's still to greet you as you watch this reading. Fabulous. So 6 of Wands, success, visibility, recognition. 4 of Cups, and the people who are introverted are just like, no thank you. So there is that. There's really like 2 sides of you I'm seeing here, Aquarius. There is this very extroverted, I want to be seen, I want to be celebrated and applaud me, which is so completely normal. It's a normal part of our self-expression as a human. And then there's just this retreated person. And I think this retreat, 4 of Swords, 4 of Cups, I think why you hide away or you retreat, for some of you, I think it's a fear of rejection and having your most vulnerable expression of yourself be critiqued or examined, or even people having an opinion of it. It's like, but you're putting yourself out there, so people are going to have an opinion. So it could be a fear of rejection. And I understand that when we express ourselves creatively or otherwise, even express an opinion, even showcase a new outfit, showcase a new relationship or any relationship, we almost feel like we're on the chopping block because we are showing something of ourselves, and it's a little out there at times, or maybe not. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you're saying like, I've actually decided to be much more traditional and not modern, and that is also going to raise eyebrows. No matter what you do, eyebrows are going to be raised. But of course it's natural for us to feel vulnerable in these states because we're showing a little bit of ourselves or what we value or what we deem important. And it almost seems like that's very personal, which it is. And I see that there's such 2 different sides of you in this reading, where it's like you want to be seen, visibility, 6 of Wands. That's a very Leo energy coming through in the reading now. Maybe you're dealing with or inspired by a Leo. But at the same time, I have the 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups, the Cancer area of life. It's like, well, what should I be keeping private? Cancer is associated with the private life, the home. What should I be keeping to myself? So you're battling with that, I think, as well. You're battling with how much to share and show and what you should or even want to keep private. So the 4 of Cups, what could be changing around that? Well, hopefully your mood. The 4 of Cups can be withdrawn and it can be reserved and shut down at times. Unmotivated, apathetic, I believe that's called. And that mood could be really shifting for you. And hopefully that's what is being reborn for you now. As you get recognition and validation, it kind of lights a fire under your ass, or it gives that fire in your belly quality where it's like, okay, I just needed that affirmation. I needed that validation to keep going and to be fueled in a sense. That's perfectly normal. All right, Aquarius, that was your reading. I hope that you're well. By the way, I do have a relationship reading for your sign available, and I'm going to link that below in the description box, your latest relationship reading. Take care, and I'll see you soon.